free-for-all, the recording will be turned off, and then of course you can, say what you want to say. And next, okay, so we're going to have an introduction where basically you're going to introduce yourself. You get 60 seconds to say what you do, what you can do for people, and always remember to mention what a good referral would be for you. Also, do enter your info into the chat so that people can save it, and you will forever be with them. Next, I lost my little cursor. Wherever you are, there you are. We will have a presentation. We do ask, and if anybody's interested, I just want to throw this out there now. If you're interested in being a speaker, kind of talking about some knowledge that if you want to talk about your business, if you want to talk about some other, anything that you think might be beneficial to others, we're willing to hear yes. So today our presenter is Lisa D'Alessandro. I hope I'm saying it right, Lisa. I don't want to ruin your name. Okay, great. Of Nourishing Harmony, and Lisa's going to be talking to us today about a leaky gut, which I'm really, really interested in, and the gut-brain axis. I understand that your gut and your brain have a lot to do with each other, so I'm really interested in this. So she will have 15 minutes to talk to us about that. And then we're going to have a little helpful hints segments. And today it's going to be brought to you by Samantha Weck of, I hope I got your business name correct, because I always have a problem with this, Sam. She's Expedition Weck and Bling Out with Sam as well. She's got 2 companies, which she'll tell you about. Samantha will also be explaining how to use, hold on, because you guys are in the way and I can't get there. Here we go. Where to go? Oh, no. See, I do it all the time. Anyway, she's going to talk to us about Planoly. It's a social platform for scheduling posts on, I'm going to memory now, Instagram and Pinterest. So that's going to be really interesting. And then after that, our breakout rooms. There you go. Topic of the week. I'm going to change this topic of the week because this is a little too simple. I was thinking about this. We'll have 10 minutes in breakout rooms. And this time, this is really going to be, I think, very beneficial for a lot of us. What do you do when the doldrums hit you? What I mean by doldrums is, when you start your business, you're excited, you're doing this, you're doing that, other thing, and then all of a sudden, everything becomes routine. You don't feel like doing something. You're kind of, oh, here we go again. When it becomes a chore, and it happens to all of us, especially entrepreneurs. It's a lonely life. Whatever. Megan is very animated this morning. So it happens to all of us as entrepreneurs, especially since we're alone and we're pretty much, working by ourselves, that kind of thing. So what do you do to beat those doldrums back? Or, what do you tell yourself? Because it's easy when you get into that negative thing, and that doldrums is kind of negative. It can really direct us towards negativity. And you've got, the angel and the devil on your shoulder, and the devil's going, you don't need this. Who wants this? Your family's going, you're wasting your time. Get a real job, that kind of thing. So what do you do? So there you go. And of course, if there aren't enough in attendance, we'll just have it in a big group talk. So there we go. Breakout rooms next. And then we will have what's called our free-for-all. And that is for about 20 minutes. And this is just a brainstorming time where we will turn off the recording. And if you have things that are bugging you, maybe in your business, maybe in your personal life, you just need to talk it out kind of thing. Because sometimes all we need to do is talk. And sometimes all we need is for people to listen. And since this is about relationship building, this is what we do. This is kind of what we pride ourselves on when Megan and I got together and decided to form this. So at this time, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and we're going to get moving because we have Lisa, who is going to be talking to us about the whole leaky gut thing, which is going to be, I'm going to take some notes, Lisa, so just let you know. And I will now relinquish my, my lead. There you go. I'm muting myself.
Intros.
I'm sorry. I told you I mess up all the time.
You're trying to be so good on time. It's all good.
I'm trying to be good on time. It's like time. Okay, let's go. We're going to go clockwork from my direction, from my set. So my first one is Megan, but since Megan and I are like the ones of this, we're going to take it one more and we're going to go to Trista. Trista's joining us for the first time, so I'm going to give her a hand. There we go. And go ahead, Trista, tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, my husband just started talking in the other room, so I hope it's not a distraction. I'm Trista Polo, and I am with iwokeupawesome.com. I provide coaching for business owners, entrepreneurs around mindset, accountability, goals, and most importantly, self-worth. And I actually have a self-worth assessment right on my website where you can follow along in about a 10-minute video and check in on your self-worth. And then if it's something you'd like to level up, I have an 8-week course with all the resources that helped me grow my own confidence. So I invite you to check out iwokeupawesome.com and check out the resources section. And if it can help you, it is free as of right now. It's an email-based course, and I hope it makes a difference for you, like the content made a difference for me. Trista Polo, iwokeupawesome.com. Thanks.
Thank you, Trista. Okay, our next person up is Christina Lemmy. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Christina. Go ahead, you got it.
Yes, that's correct. Christina Lemmy with Multimedia Content Solutions. I am a ghostwriter as well as a podcast editor. So I can edit your podcast. I can help set up your podcast. I can write your blog posts, your website copy. And actually what I'm focusing on now is I love doing email autoresponders. So if you have an affiliate program, I can write, I call them swipes. I write, a series of emails based on the course you want to promote or your program in general. And then you can put them in your affiliate dashboard so that your affiliates can copy and paste them and help, grow your business or make sales for you. I also have done quite a few opt-in freebies. So if you have a particular topic you want and you don't know how to approach it or whatever, we can brainstorm a way to approach it. Or if you want it written, I can write it for you. So a good referral for me, like I said, right now I'm focused on like email freebies and stuff. So anybody who has an affiliate program or anybody who's struggling with what or how to create an opt-in freebie, those would be great referrals. Thank you.
Woo. Thank you. And next up is Amanda. Welcome back, Amanda. Tell us all about you.
Will do. Thanks. It's good to be back. I've taken a brief hiatus because I've had a couple changes in my real estate agent business. And then also I launched a new business. So as a real estate agent, before I was with a different company, I just switched to eXp Realty, which is going to allow me to focus on my niche, which is real estate investors. I'm also a real estate investor. And there goes the dog. I'm also a real estate investor. So helping real estate investors is something that's important to me and my business. I also help regular clients. So you're, mom and pop just looking for a house to buy or sell. My new business that I just launched is called Signature Mail Marketing. We're a direct mail marketing company. What we do is hand address letters and envelopes and send them in the mail for our clients. So our clients include real estate investors, real estate agents, or small business owners. It's just a unique way to get your brand or maybe a promotion or an event you're holding out there to the general public and reach them where they are. Yeah, that's me. A really good referral for me right now would be other real estate agents. And then also small business owners who are trying to do something a little bit different with advertising or marketing.
Wow, thank you. Very nice, Amanda. Good to know. Good luck with that new endeavor, for sure. Okay, next up is Lisa. All right, Lisa.
Good morning, everyone. And I'll speak a little bit more on who I am and what I do during my presentation, but who could use some support boosting their moods, motivation, metabolism. I have a triple fruit-based extract that will lower inflammation because it's high in antioxidants. So it gives that brain an instant boost of energy and give you the edge you may need. In any case, it is loaded with antioxidants, and we can all use an extra dose to bring down that silent inflammation within. So this delicious watermelon tasting experience, which has no added sugars, sweeteners, stimulants, just add water. Palm fruit helps with athletic performance or recover after a workout. There's mango leaf extract, boosts metabolism with a punch of lychee fruit. So it just gives that brain the power for almost immediate feel good, that vibe. That's why they've named it Edge. So great for any time. It's cheaper than a cup of Dunkin' or definitely Starbucks. And so I'm on a mission really to help others achieve health and or wealth with Amari. I'll explain who they are and what they do, but we're doing just that. And it just represents making an impact just to help others thrive physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. So seriously, just take time today to love on yourself. Are you surrounding yourself in life and business with those who lift you up? If not, maybe it's time for a change. Or if you know someone who could, just be part of a tremendous growth and might want to really take more responsibility for their health, life, and finances, I would love a chance to speak with them. Amari Global has dropped their promotion fees till the 15th of this month for wellness partners. So I just love a chance to chat with anyone. So what you do today can improve your tomorrows. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Lisa. We're going to go right up to Samantha.
Hello, everyone. My name's Samantha, or I go by Sam. I have two businesses. The first is Expedition Weck, which is I'm a freelance travel agent. So my niche is travel within the domestic United States. So if you need help with any form of booking, let me know. And my second is Bling Out with Samantha, which is I sell $5 paparazzi jewelry. And
Her bag.
I do. And a great referral for me for now is right now I have a goal of booking 10 virtual Facebook parties for paparazzi this month. I only need to book 9 more. It's free to do and you can get free jewelry at it. So if you know anyone who loves free jewelry or you yourselves want to, let me know. And it's nice to meet some of you, the new ones.
That's awesome. Okay, next is going to be Andrea Milioti. Did I say it right? Milioti?
Yeah, Milioti, you got it. Hi, everybody. My name's Andrea Milioti, and I am a coach for moms who are raising kids with ADHD, anxiety, and autism. And I help them to feel, most importantly, better about themselves, to help take care of self-care, go through the frustrations and the feeling of isolation and lack of support, and to help them be not just a parent, but to be a coach for their kids, and to parent with connection over correction is my motto and what I help them with. I also just recently became a wellness partner with a company aligned with the Gut Brain Connection, which Lisa was talking about. She rocks just like I do. Amari Global is an amazing company, and
Awesome.
it's awesome. So a good referral for me is definitely any mom or caregiver that is raising a special needs child, and also anybody who wants to feel motivated and better about their mental wellness.
All right. Excellent. Thank you very much, Andrea. That was 60 seconds exactly on. On schedule. All right, Meg, you're up.
Hi, everybody. So we all know the litany of different activities I'm involved in. So Joanne and I'm trying to be quick. I'll try to be quick today. Okay. So Joanne and I have started PNN to try and build relationships over, this constant networking drag. We just wanted to make something a little different. But then also my day job is I have Phoenix Variable, named to be changed very soon, by the way, which is a bookkeeping and financial consulting firm. And I help individuals, families, and businesses to achieve their financial goals. So I'm really excited about that. Love doing it. That's my passion project. I also am life insurance licensed in New York and South Carolina, and can get licensed anywhere else in the United States, and would love to talk to people about their life insurance needs. And I do paparazzi with Joanne and Samantha. So that's me. I have very busy life. So my best referral right now would be individuals who do MLMs or have very small businesses that could use guidance from a bookkeeper and a good bookkeeping software to get them started in the right direction. So that's me, Megan Romero, with my many businesses.
Thank you, Megan. Yes, she's very busy. And of course, then there's me. Hi, I'm Joanne of Blue Dove Marketing and also of Sling and Bling. Blue Dove Marketing, where we promote your business online in Facebook groups and Facebook events. So weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly events. Very affordable. Getting your business in front of people who never knew you existed. That's pretty much it in a handbasket. It's really easy. It's easy to do. You get 7 posts a day. You get unlimited lives. You basically get to run your business in the group. I don't really have a whole lot of rules, and I'm not looking to keep you from doing business. I'm looking to help you get contacts so that you can reach out to more people than you normally would. And of course, I am also a paparazzi consultant as well, and brought on Sam and Megan. And yeah, we love bling. So if you love bling, I've changed my schedule. I am now Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I decided to go a little bit later, go out a little bit more, and pretty much that's it, guys. So and also I co-host this with co-creator and with Megan in our PNN. And I thank everyone for being here. Thank you very much. Especially for the newer people. I'm really excited. Absolutely. All right, so we're going to get on because we only have 15 minutes per, and I'm going to do this a little differently. Let me tell you why, because Samantha is now in a hotel and has to check out. And Lisa has to go too because she has a meeting, but Lisa is where she is and doesn't have to check out to do that meeting. So we're going to go ahead and start with Samantha and let her get her stuff done. She's going to talk to us about Planoly. Am I saying it right? Are you going to share the screen? Go ahead. I'm going to have the timer on, and then we're just going to go right into Lisa. So this way everybody can be done, and who has to be out of here can be out of here. Sound like a plan? There we go.
Yeah,
all right,
good.
Sam, it's all you.
All right. So just here where I'm using the Planoly for my internship. I intern at Trip Vector, which is a new travel scheduler company. And I could always do that in a separate presentation. But first, here's what the login page of, like when you first log in, this is what Planoly looks like. And what's great about this is if you see these gray spots, these tell you when it's best to post on Instagram. It tells you the best times, which is great. So Planoly is a scheduler for just Instagram and Pinterest. It does not do Facebook or anything else. But if you're trying to branch into Instagram, you don't know what you're doing, and you want to potentially do Pinterest, this is perfect for you. There are free and payment plans. But yeah, so, and then here you could put any drafts you want. These are some drafts we haven't posted. And then here's stuff I have scheduled. As you can see, if it's posted, you can see any likes and comments. And to make a post, I'll make a post with you guys. So you click add to grid. You upload from wherever you want. I'll just do from my computer. And then we're gonna do this photo. So now you confirm that this is the photo you want, and you click upload as one post. You could add a gallery of photos, but I find that hurts the algorithm. It's better to have one photo in your post than doing a whole gallery. But again, that's up to preference. And so here's where you would write your caption. Best bookstore in South Korea, whatever you want to put. And then it says here in remaining, these this AA is just words. This hashtag is number of hashtags you can include, and then this @ symbol means how many people you can mention or like at them in your caption. So as you see, I put hashtag play. You see the number goes down in the hashtags, hashtag, daytime, whatever. And then you can see the at mentions goes down every time you do an at to someone. And what you can also do is you can tag them directly in the photo. So you just click anywhere in the photo you want. I'm just tagging my personal Instagram for this. And then there you go, it's tagged right there. You can either hit done or hit this back arrow button to go back. And then you could also, excuse me, I'm sorry. What's a really cool feature is you can be the first comment in your post. You can set it to be the very first comment. So if you want to put extra hashtags in here, because you get an extra 30 hashtags and you get an extra 30 at mentions. So if you want to tag a bunch of people, you can do that. You can put a website link here, even though they're not clickable in Instagram. Some people like to do that if they're posting a blog post or something, which is really cool. Again, you can hit that back arrow or hit done and your comment will be there. You can also, this little location tag, you can, we're gonna just do, since this photo is from South Korea, we're gonna search that. But you can search specific places, like you see, I did the Maker Hotel earlier. Click on a location, you got a location set. And my favorite is that you hit this special quick schedule button. And as you can see, the
I'll
blue
see
is
you
stuff
later.
that's already scheduled, but the white is what you can choose. I'm gonna go to, and these are all the special like times that Instagram thinks is the best time to post. Well, you'll get the most engagement, the most views. I'm gonna do it in a far off way, so I remember to delete it. I'm gonna choose 3 o'clock. And there you go. It'll say July 18th, 2021, 3 p.m. and it will automatically schedule it. And this is just Instagram to clarify. It doesn't automatically go to both, but it can do auto post to Facebook too if you want. You see these right here. Make sure they're this pale color. If it's gray, it's not going to post to that section. And then once you're done, you think this looks great. You got your killer ass caption. You got this awesome hashtags. You finally, when you're done, you hit save. And there you go. And then you'll go to the schedule tab. And there it is right there. So that's when you know you're all set and done and it's awesome. And then if you want to switch to Pinterest, you just click that little top right there. And then here's your schedule for Pinterest. It doesn't post best times for Pinterest because Pinterest doesn't really work that way with times. It's more by how you search it. But it's basically the same concept. You add to, instead of add to grid, it says add to library. We'll do one of those. So let's do. And then you can add you have to add a URL with Pinterest because you know how Pinterest works. You click on the photo and there's a link. You can select what board it goes to. Like we have trip vector maps. We don't really have a lot with Pinterest right now, but you add the title, the description, and then you can also again select the date and it will post it for that date. And you can add a custom time slot to do it at a specific time if you do wish to. And so that's how you do, and that's how you schedule and add things. But also what I like about Planoly, I'm going to go back to Instagram because it actually analyzes your Instagram account and it will tell you how many women are looking at it, how many men, what locations, which is super great. And you can refresh it. I was actually doing the Instagram for next week or yesterday. So just refreshing so we get the freshest numbers. All right, so it says like starting in end of June, we had 226 followers. We gained a followers by today, the 9th. How many posts we have for the week, how many likes we got this week, how many comments. And as you can see in the middle of the screen, you got location. So 35% of our viewerships are from Philadelphia. And then it goes by country, 72% from the United States. And you can look at gender, age, so you know what your target audience is. And activity, you know when they're most active. So right now, it looks like 3 p.m. is our best time slot as trip vector. And then you could also look at, engagement rate. So we have an engagement rate of 12.8%, 657 impressions. We reached 617 people. The amount of likes, comments, how many people saved your post on Instagram, which I thought was also a cool feature. So you know someone likes your content enough to go back. It also does stories. You can do Facebook stories on here. How many people clicked on your profile on Instagram, and then of course averages. And you can look at it by month as well, and also by year. It's completely up to you how you want to look at it, but I find this is a great page to check in weekly to see where your engagement's going. And like I said, I noticed 3 p.m., even though Instagram says that 1 p.m. is the best time, maybe I want to schedule at 3 p.m. anyway, because that's when my audience sees it, not just when everyone's on Instagram. So that's completely up to you how you want to plan your Instagram. And so what's also great is, I'll go back to the calendar, and I'm sorry for all my notifications, is if you see these little P here and it says Reels Talks or Right This Way, Planoly constantly has free webinars for their users. And they're about different things. Some is how to have a marketing plan, how to write captions, how to do reels is this one. And they do about, and like here's like cameras, like how to take proper photos. I'd say they do about 2-3 a month, and they're free for users of this. So it's really cool to use. It's a really nice feature. And yeah, that's basically Planoly in a nutshell. Does anyone have any questions? And I'm sorry if I went so fast. I'm a fast talker, so.
How much does that cost a month to do the Planoly?
I believe we're paying 12 a month right now. And we're doing like one of the most basic plans. We're not being fancy with it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a question I had. This is awesome. Does anyone else have any questions for Sam?
Not really a question, but thank you so much for the tour, because I'm a social media, I can't think of the word. I hate it with a passion, but I don't know, my brain,
no.
like at first I'm looking at that grid, I'm like, holy crap. But after you explained it, it made so much sense. And I'm like, all right, I need to dive into this, and maybe I can learn to love at least those 2 platforms. And I have a client who we're trying to get in, more on Pinterest. And that just confuses the living heck out of me. So thank you for the tour. It was very helpful.
Of course. I find Planoly is perfect for people that don't know much about social media, because of the whole, here's suggested times to post, here's a nice easy way to do it, because you could also schedule through Instagram on Facebook Business Suite, but it doesn't have those features. So Planoly is for someone that really wants that extra step.
I wish they had it for Facebook on there, because that would be really good.
I know.
Yeah, really good. So, but listen, that was awesome. Thank you so very much, Samantha. All righty, good deal. So we're going to go right into Lisa, because Lisa, of course, is short on time as well. And I just want to mention that Sam was great. Still have another 4 minutes. So that's excellent. All right, Lisa, we're going to share the screen, and it's all yours, girl.
Okay. So letting it come up in PowerPoint mode. Can everybody see the screen here? Okay, so I'm Lisa D'Alessandro. I'm a certified holistic health coach, certified gluten-free practitioner, an American drugless practitioner, licensed massage therapist, but I am CEO of Nourishing Harmony and Loving My Life, for which anyone must really embrace that self-love so that they can make the changes and choices, as that's our greatest gift, so we can age gracefully, blissfully and more vibrantly. And it's because of my journey that has brought me to serving others, to live life better and much better balance, because our lifestyle factors matter. Food matters and can be our medicine or worse poison. So my type of work is what most people shy away from because it brings them out of their comfort zones. And that's where we need to make the changes in our lifestyles, from a diet standpoint of not eating real foods and that they have to shift the lanes and get out of those fast food ones, or to let the inflammatory sugars and refined carbs that they crave. So holistic health is that you can't just fix that physical body, but you must embrace that emotional snippet. More so that kind of replays over and over what Joanne was mentioning, those ants, those automatic negative thoughts get so ingrained in one's tissues that our beliefs become an individual perception that is hard to let go of. So in coaching, this is the first and foremost way that I address one's mindset, or to reframe from being and their thinking, so that they're in a healing and positive light in order for real well-being to manifest and for greater happiness. So it's so vital for our well-being to be, what we must focus on is what feeds our souls also. To love what we're doing, creativity, one enjoys movement, stress management, quieting the mind with meditation, prayers, or just being out in nature, aligned with God, what God has provided us. So my passion is also about mental wellness, as today it's proven that our gut is our second brain, and so very connected. And I'll speak to you more on that. But why we see such an uptick of autism, Alzheimer's, dementia, behavioral issues from moods, ADD to learning disabilities. Amari Global is the first mental wellness company that offers really scientific, validated, simple holistic solutions based on herbal formulations designed to support stress, emotional and immune resilience. And that's what builds upon one's mental muscles and our physical well-being. So this company supports building humanitarian leaders, and all for the health and wealth of those in the circle of influence. So it's the right company at the right time with the right kind of rinse and repeat social marketing strategies as well. So this alignment that I've had with them has not only given me a way to live out my purpose and to serve others, but just to be at the root of better health through that gut-brain axis. But it has introduced me to incredible like-minded individuals and making an impact every day. I feel so blessed, and that's hard to come by. So I am CEO of my life, so fulfilling really and serving and sharing with others feel-good solutions. That's at the most, but at the forefront of that and my main motivations in my life, my family and background. These are, the oldest ones are my children. I have 4, my goddaughter, and the youngest girls are my granddaughters. And I have to update this picture because I have a new grandson and another granddaughter on the way. So I've been very blessed. The person who's not in this picture is my hubby. And he's allowed me to continue my studies, and through many life storms, we know there's always a rainbow. And so I've been very fortunate to bring on one holistic modality after another. So I've spent 25 years as a licensed massage therapist in the holistic field, and alternative energy healing modalities that help me nurture my own life and my children's and family members and many clients. To help them feel good, from my hands-on to my many tools, from alternative energy healing and valuable resources that I provide. So I've been a certified holistic coach because I've had to delve deeper into functional nutrition and gut healing. And as a holistic consultant and coach, who's more like a detective, that I really look at all the pieces of the puzzle, including lab work, food sensitivities, digestive distresses, microbial imbalances in the gut. So I've been taught that we always need to look further upstream to what's supporting immunity, stress, ongoing toxic exposure, medications, insufficient nutrients, pathogens, and yes, poor diet and lifestyle factors matter. So My passion and nutrition for holistic health escalated with my very own search for well-being, along with my journey with my youngest and fourth child when he was born. My baby who had trouble with GERD, not sleeping at night since he was born, but at the age of about 12 to 18 months, he became this head-banging baby boy. And that's where I had to reach out to a naturopath because the doctors couldn't find what was wrong with him. They could never find what was wrong with me. And that's where I had that aha moment where I realized gluten was an issue when he had a realm of allergies. And I can tell you from a non-celiac gluten sensitive person that 50% of us do not present with digestive discomfort, but more so with brain disorders. So I've had to raise my hand here with my memory was going down Dementia Boulevard, that slippery slope, in my late 30s and 40s. Yeah, I thought, too late pregnancies, my hormones were tanking, but I also thought I was, going down Dementia Boulevard. And if you can understand that your brain is like a hard drive, that commander in chief of your body, and it constantly receives information from your internal and external environment, it quickly decides the best course of action. Our mental mind is an asset. Our mental health is an asset. So I don't know about you, but it's vital that we honor our body by giving it what it needs to optimally function. So I've also spent 8 years with low light laser therapy and cold laser, which is for neurological stress reduction. And it's an amazing tool like needleless acupuncture. I won't go more into that. But I just know most people take care better of their cars with regular oil changes and servicing than they do their own bodies and minds. So I'm asking you, do you realize that the lack of energy has to do with possibly, yes, being dehydrated, as fatigue will set in, be a first sign, but really so much to do with neurological inflammation. So functional medicine does recognize the interconnectedness of the symptoms, and there's a way that our body is just trying to tell you something. But science does prove that mental wellness and physical symptoms are inseparable. So we are a mind-body system. And today we know that the gut is running the show, and Hippocrates had it right that disease does begin in the gut, but it shows up as dysfunction elsewhere in the body at a later point in time. So depression, anxiety, physiological symptoms that have root causes often are in the gut, because our gut is where 95% of the serotonin and the happy hormones are produced. In the gut, as you may well know, that there is more bacteria cells than we have human cells. But today, science does prove that the gut talks to the brain because they can identify specific strains of bacteria and their purposes. Some support serotonin, GABA, while others are for quelling silent inflammation in the lower GI. So our cells do communicate, and it's very critical on also how we think, feel, and our beliefs that can set us up for success and keep us stuck also. We know we're emotional beings who feel from the heart. And I love that Amari does recognize this heart-brain-gut axis as well, which is considered also the axis is the nervous system that's entwined within the gut. There are trillions of nerve cells in the GI, with a vagus nerve being that it is entwined within our whole body, but there's a 2-lane highway, which kind of relays messages both ways. Connecting most of the information, though, is going north to the brain. This nervous system runs the show, but they also say that the heart can sense an impulse 2 nanoseconds before we've even associated or processed a feeling. Isn't that amazing? But even though the brain can affect every organ and tissue in the body through the sympathetic and nervous, sympathetic and parasympathetic branches of the nervous system, the brain is outnumbered in millions of neurons that exist in the gut, and the gut's very own enteric nervous system does resemble that of our brain and can function independently if necessary, because they have glial cells that support 60, 100 million highly receptive neurons. I don't know the exact number there, but it's why they are now calling it the second brain, because it has uses many neurotransmitters, aka hormones, that chemically control our body's physiological and psychological responses from anything. It's even ingested, as well as our thoughts and emotions. So it's usually, again, too much stress or trauma pulling the trigger, testing our resilience. And sadly, today science is basically living in this chronic sympathetic nervous system state of high stress. And our bodies are not meant to be in that constant cortisol state from that fight and flight response. It creates inflammation in the hypothalamus of our brain. This gland, which causes the release of adrenaline and wearing out of our energy reserves, the hypothalamus does shrink due to inflammation. All these chemical messages cause a cascade of bodily system inflammation, accelerating the aging process. So this is where I usually come in to working with women who are stuck in weight loss resistance or insulin resistance, because cortisol signals the liver to quickly dump a lot of sugar into the bloodstream. So has everyone heard of kind of leaky gut? Yeah, it's also called, or just how it sounds, increased intestinal permeability. It's an inflammatory condition in which the gut's lining is compromised and becomes leaking, allowing larger inflammatory molecules, protein molecules, out into the gut and your bloodstream. So I like to set it up as, look at it as a window screen. Okay, it's your gut is one single cell thick that forms a protective barrier with the lining of the gut. This is your probiotics, or your good bacteria, bad bacteria, whatever it may be in there. But once inflammation begins to happen, we've now got holes in our window screen, and the flies and mosquitoes are getting through. So these tight junctions in here that you see, these small villi, these gaps, these little gaps, allow nutrients into the bloodstream and keep potentially harmful substances out. But because of this flora or lack that's protecting this gut barrier, these tight junctions, in order to stay healthy, we need ample vitamin D3 to keep them tight. But environmental influences like stress, medications, antibiotics, additives, GMOs, chemicals change that healthy balance of good to bad bugs in our guts. This dysbiosis is a result of our environment. And it becomes imbalanced, eventually causing inflammation into the gut. So this process breaks open these tight junctions. Now, again, it's leaking what we call lipopolysaccharides or particles. And the immune system is right on the other side, and it's recognizing so many intruders. It's sounding the alarm throughout your body and up the vagus nerve to your brain. This alarm leads to, more inflammation and triggers autoimmune responses, eventually affecting many systems throughout the body, causing a host of problems such as stomach pain, fatigue, irregular bowel movements, bloating, gas, headaches, skin disorders, joint pain. And if this leaky gut isn't healed, it leads to continuous body-wide inflammation or autoimmune disease. And this is when the immune system is misidentifying and attacking its own tissues. So it's known that the gut and brain have these similar barriers. And when one is in disharmony, so is the other. And its permeability is synonymous with neurological inflammation, behavioral disorders like anxiety, depression, and various mood disorders. So when we combine factors like antibiotics, the use of NSAIDs, environmental toxins, infectious agents, diets with too much sugar, genetically modified foods, and hyperactive immune system, inflammation becomes exacerbated. And most Americans are walking around with a dysbiosis, this imbalance in their guts, because there's bad bacteria. We're not a culture to eat fermented foods, and we're eating so much grain sprayed with glyphosate and produce, and it's not, we're not a diet culture to eat high fiber diets. And an overload of stress and sugar molecules, a molecule called zonulin is released when one eats wheat, and that opens up these tight junctions. Our wheat is not the same as our ancient wheat, And I can give you a handout why wheat is not worthy if you'd like more information. Happy gut, happy life is so true here. I've been, again, aligned with the First Mental Wellness Company, but I want to share a video, and I just have to move you guys out of the way. See if this did the other day. Is it not going? There we go. This is a quick video, or was, from Dr. Sean Talbot. But in a perfect world, I'll go through this a little later here. You're still seeing this, right?
Where we sit right now in history is right at the cusp of a complete paradigm shift in how we think about mental wellness. If we had a problem that we perceived here, it seemed like it made sense that it was in the brain and we should target the brain. And that's what we've been doing for the last 100, 200 years. What we're realizing now is that maybe that isn't our primary target. And what we're seeing here in the brain is a secondary effect of something else that's happening in the body. And what we've just learned in the last 5 to 10 years is that, yes, that is a secondary effect. The primary effect, and therefore the primary target, is in the gut. That's the second brain. That's where we have 100 trillion bacteria in our intestines. That number is more than there are stars in the galaxy, in the Milky Way. So the gut microbiome makes more serotonin than the brain does. That's the feel-good neurotransmitter. It makes more dopamine than the brain. In order for these neurotransmitters in the gut to have their effect in the brain, they have to be able to communicate with each other. And they do that through chemicals that the gut makes, chemicals that the bacteria make, that travel throughout the body, that signal through the nervous system, that signal through the immune system. This idea of the gut-brain axis, targeting the brain, but targeting the second brain in the gut, and then targeting the communication network between them, that axis, that's really the forefront of medicine these days, and the forefront of science, and the forefront of how we're going to actually get ahead of all of these mental wellness issues and have a benefit in people's lives.
So I can't tell you, I mean, I noticed, even though I've been taking care of with their focus, one of the products, how much more mental clarity I had. But I've only got a couple minutes. So I just want to share this Dr. Hyman quote: "In a perfect world, no one would need supplements, but given stress of our modern life, the poor quality of our food supply, and the high load of toxins our brains and bodies, most of us need a daily basic supply of raw materials for all enzymes and biochemistry to run as designed." It really, it's so really important. There's great tips available on my blog. I do hair analysis scans and consults, and the hair analysis scans allow us to see what foods we're sensitive to, because we become, when our gut is leaking, we have more food sensitivities than we realize. It shows us nutrient deficiencies, heavy metals, and then it also shows me if there's a really large amount of enzyme deficiency, bacterial deficiency, and all that. I also do a 3-day plant-based gut reboot. My clients have had amazing results just by starting off with this. Or there's so many ways, everybody's individual, how we start out and work with one another. Yes, join as a holistic partner if you know anybody who does have mental challenges. But I just want to say, your body does have the ability to heal. It's greater than anyone has ever permitted you to believe. And in the coming decades, according to the Journal of American Medical Association, it's the most important determinants of health and happiness and longevity will be the personal choices made by each individual. We just have to, we don't want to be stuck in this sick care system and looking for diagnosis and symptoms and suffering with issues that are rooted in the digestive system and also in the liver, detoxing the pathways and all of that. So I offer free consultations. I have a Thrive and Thrive program. So there's many ways to heal, and you just got to start by starting out with one single healthy habit, and what you do today can change your tomorrow. So if you want to be more resilient, prevention does matter. So thank you very much. I do have to run. I have I have to be out of here, but if anybody has any questions, please contact me. I would love to discuss more of this with you. So
Okay, Lisa, you're on Facebook, right, Lisa? So people can message you on Facebook
yes.
if possible, and your information is in the chat, yes?
No, I didn't put it there.
If
Okay.
you're able to put your contact info, you don't have to put a whole lot because I know you have to go, but at least your contact info, because I definitely want to talk to you about a couple of things myself, okay?
You got it. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'm sorry,
No, that's fine. And I just to jump in real quick, I've been working with Lisa for, I think it's about 6 months now. And we started out with doing the hair analysis and seeing where I am. And wow, I mean, this is coming from somebody who's been dealing with gut problems and mental health issues. You're welcome.
Hi, Lisa.
For 20 years. And I started working with Lisa and I went from 170 pounds. And last night I got onto my scale and I'm 130. I was like, yes.
Yes,
So-
you're way too skinny, way
No,
too skinny.
I do want to gain 5 pounds back, but it's
Yeah.
a matter of a healthy diet. I've been on the supplements that she has put me in. The focus that I take with that has made all the difference in the world of like, I wake up, I take the focus and I feel like the fog has lifted. It makes me a lot more clear-headed. I take a digestive with my meals. I take mood, and it's actually the mood supplement has actually made it that I was able to get off of my antidepressant anxiety medication, which had severely damaged my liver. And so then
Oh
after,
yeah, that medication goes through your liver and kidneys. It's
Oh,
yeah, everything you take goes through there. Mhm.
the doctor's
I
like,
want to say that Megan has been talking about Lisa for quite some time. I've been talking to Megan for I don't know, ever, it seems like ever now.
well,
And she's been
saw
talking about
me
Lisa
going
way before
through-
this. So
she saw
yeah,
me.
if you guys have any issues with your gut or your brain, like I am so forget my brain. I don't even have a memory anymore. I don't know. I thought I'm getting dementia. I do think I'm getting dementia, but yeah, I'm definitely going to talk to her. And it did start in my 30s and 40s.
I did the gut reboot. You remember me doing the gut reboot? I was like,
Yes, I do. I do. You weren't happy.
it was, I was only not happy because of everything that was getting out of my system. It was a really good cleanse. You don't want to go anywhere but during it, but I feel like $1 million. My husband did it at the same time as me, and he's on a kick of, I want to do it every 6 months. I was like, okay, hold on, killer. Like, maybe not that.
Yeah, all right, buddy, whatever you say.
But it's definitely
All right.
worth it. So
Awesome. Okay, so we want to move on because I have to leave at 11:30 today because I've just got notification I have another meeting.
Okay.
So I want to make sure we get to this now. I wanted to do we want to do breakout rooms? So we just want to talk here.
we'll stay here. We don't really have a lot of
So
people to do.
I also want to say hello and welcome to Brenda.
Yes.
I'm so glad she's here. And hello to Nicholas. I'm glad you could come and join us. I wanted to talk about, I wish Lisa was still here to discuss this, because I wanted to talk about when the doldrums hit when you're running your own business. It's always fun in the beginning. It's exciting. Oh, I got this sale. Oh, I got this person. Oh, blah, 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 blah. But then, life goes on and so it comes routine and some things are working, some things are not. And it's just important to I think, to talk about this amongst us, all, business people, all entrepreneurs or in our own world of business. And what works for you guys? What happens when this hits? Like, what is your mindset when those doldrums come on in? Everybody just unmute yourselves and let's have a discussion.
Andrea.
Go ahead.
Hi, yeah, it's a really good topic because it's so important. So many people go through that. No matter how you're feeling, you're going to hit that. My way is just basically I keep myself positive, and I'm always, when I hear that negative, I just switch it up and I do affirmations. I start my morning. First thing, I meditate, I journal, just getting everything down. It's like a brain dump, and it's just getting it out of your head because, and it makes you feel so much better, and just keeping. I even got my kids. I mean, my kids are like, my daughter's going to be 25. My son is going to be 21. I even got them. They hear me. Ma, yeah, say those affirmations, like what, like they hear me, and they just, when they see me, if I look, Ma, did you like affirmations? Remember, you are great. You got like, and they start to say that to me, and they just from watching me because they know, and it's really helpful, and just not going because we're automatically going to go to the negative, and there's gonna be people saying things to you and my youngest was diagnosed with ADHD when he was 7. I was diagnosed in my adult years, and that is the biggest thing. I mean,
Yeah.
You face when people with ADHD, autism, anxiety, you hear like 95% negative, and you just gotta refrain.
Absolutely. I think we're all subject to that negativity, especially when we have our own business, especially those of us who are in direct sales businesses or more MLM businesses. You always are hearing the negative coming at you. Sometimes it comes at you from all sides. Your significant other is at you, your family, your mom, your sisters, your friends. Get a real job. What are you doing? What are you, this kind of thing? So it's really hard to overcome, that kind of thing. But I do want to say something. I think Andrea froze up about meditating. And for a short time, I was doing some yoga in the morning, which I found very, very strenuous. I needed something definitely easier to do. But when I was done, I kind of sat with, and it was free stuff because it was on YouTube. And I would then play the music, the meditation music, and sit in a yoga pose kind of thing. And I want to say something, and I don't want this to sound hokey, but my mind kind of went different. I don't know how to really say it, but all of a sudden I was like focusing on white light and positivity, and I was actually like feeling it in my body, if that makes any sense, that whole meditation and getting into that whole thing. And then I stopped because anything that takes me effort, I tend to like make excuses and go do something else. That's my personality. I get bored easily. And that's when the doldrums hit. I don't know if anybody else is like this, but I'll stop and I'll go do something else. And it's not because I don't know if I'm looking for like right now satisfaction kind of thing. Oh, it's not working, so I gotta go try something else. Oh, that's not working. Let me go try something else. Right? Yes, instant gratification. And we're in that kind of world where everything is like instant gratification. And it's only now setting into me, at 60 years old, I'm 62 years old, that you know what? You have to work something for a period of time. You have to give it time to build and grow and that kind of thing. So I'm getting in that doldrum thing. It's happening to me now. And I'm like, no, I don't care. You just stay on track. You don't listen to that devil in your ear going, oh, why don't you try this company? Why don't you try this thing? I'm not going to do that. So, but it's really hard to do, guys. I find it's really a battle for me. Does anybody else get that kind of thing happening?
All
Yes.
the time. All the time. Mhm.
Yeah. I think
I
with
think
it
a
a
lot
lot.
of times we self-inflict this upon ourselves. Nobody is doing it to us. We're doing it to ourselves. So you have to try to figure out a way to not beat yourself up so much. You have to realize that, you know what, you're going to have a good day. You're going to have a bad day. How do you react on the bad days as compared to the good days? So, I go through that a lot, and lately it's, I've been struggling with a lot of stuff that's been going on in my life, but, for me, to kind of release all that, and I just take a few days and like I'll go someplace where I can just release all that, just let it go. Because look, if you're all entrepreneurs, you're doing things that are remarkable, okay? You're doing things that are just that the average person doesn't do. So you have to give yourself credit for doing that. You really do. A lot of times we beat ourselves up because we didn't hit our goal this week, or we didn't do our, enough sales this week. And I think sometimes we just have to stop doing that to ourselves and just have a little more faith that, you know what? Number one, you're a good person. You're working really hard to develop a business, something that a lot of people don't normally do. We're not the norm, okay? We are the abnorm. So give yourself a little bit more credit in the achievements that you have. And you know what? And also don't beat yourself up on the things that you may stumble on. And so I try to do that. I'm not the best at it, so like a lot of times, like, I'll just take a couple of hours, and I'm fortunate I have a pool, so I'll just go zen in there. You know what I mean? Like find whatever it is that you can do to just kind of let it go and
Exactly.
and then just get back on the horse. So
And that, Brenda, is my plan of moving to Florida, where they have a pool. And in the morning, I already have my morning planned out. Okay, I'm getting up early. I'm going to get the dogs walked and get them snacked and everything. I'm going to spend the day in my bathing suit with my little moo-moo over it. And I'm just heading down to the pool. And, I'm going to take some time to float around in the morning kind of thing, and then go back in, do some work in the afternoon, maybe take a little break, do that. I've got my days all planned out because I think my brain can use that. But that thing in the back of my brain telling me, yeah, maybe you should try something else. Maybe you should just go off on your own and not do that. Maybe you should and it's like, shut up. Kind of thing.
Okay, I think that when you're in business for yourself, you're always trying to fine tune it. So I don't think that little thing in the back of your head is telling you to do something different. I think what it's trying to do is tell you how to fine tune your skill or your whatever it is that you're trying to do. Believe me, when I started in my industry, I was, learning as much as like all this stuff was coming into my head, and I couldn't cut through all the noise. Okay. And what I realized, and just recently, I guess because of a lot of events that just took place in my life, what is it that I want? You know what I mean? How do I see myself moving forward every day? Do I want simplicity? Okay. So that's what I'm working towards. Simplicity. I only want to work 4 days a week. I don't want to work 5 days a week. I want to work until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I want to go in my pool for a couple of hours and then come back and go to work. So what is it that you want? And I'm not saying that those things are going to happen immediately, but if you define it clearly and try to move towards that, you'll see that it'll start to come into play and it'll start to work. And you're going to have ups and downs. You know what I mean? You're going to, sometimes the road takes you to the left when you really want to go straight. So you go left for a little while, then you come back, And I'm not saying it's not by any means, but I think that a lot of times you just have to have a little bit of faith in yourself. And worst case scenario, if you're really having that bad day, you just can't get through it. I have this really good Mexican tequila here that goes down so smooth. That one shot, and that's all you need. Good. Okay.
Yeah, Brenda, I got to know where you live because you have the pool for now too. So
Come on over.
Brenda, I'm coming over. I need a dip in that pool.
My girlfriend texted me last week. It's like, the pool cleaning services will be there this afternoon. I'm like, fine. So when I went outside, there she was laying in the pool, and I'm like, that's fine. Listen, I have my dog fence guy just called me, so I'm gonna just close I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, no problem. No problem at all. So anyone else want to jump in on this conversation?
I just want to say one thing quickly. I apologize. We just had something happen, the whole power, and it all came back on. But all of a sudden, right in the middle.
No problem, no problem. All right, go ahead, Christina, what did you want to say?
Yeah, no, I go through these funks, it seems every month or so, thanks to perimenopause. And
Oh,
the devil on my shoulder during those times is just go get a regular job. Get a regular job, get the regular paycheck, the steady income, the job that I can leave at the office and I can come home and be fully present, that type of thing. And today, thankfully, actually last night, I can physically feel when that funk is lifting.
Right.
And I didn't necessarily do anything, but when I'm in the midst of it, because that can last a few days, it can't just take days off.
oh, yeah.
In my
yeah.
case,
Oh, yeah.
from doing
We got-
client
yeah.
work and stuff, I got stuff to do. So, I mean, I'm no expert by any means, but sometimes just doing the simplest, shortest little task or project, just it gives a quick boost. If I have half an hour of something to do for a client, it might take all my energy to get up and do it, but then it's like, all right, I got one thing done, or maybe it's sending an email to my list or something. It's an enlightening conversation. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Little wins, little wins.
Yeah.
You have to celebrate the little win, the mini wins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
When
absolutely.
you get like
All right.
that.
I'm going to interject. We can continue talking, as this is kind of usually what we do, and this is why we decided to do this now, so we can take it further if we'd like. But our 10 minutes is up for this, and now we can, I don't know if Megan, you want to stop the recording. If there's anything anybody wants to talk about that don't re-record it, now is the time, and we can continue on from now until 11:30, guys. So we can
Yes, so
we'll
I'll
continue
just
with this
take
topic, or if anyone else has anything else they want to discuss, now's the time to do it. But yeah, it's happening to me, Christina, with what you're saying. And